So tell me how you feel about act your wage.
Act your wage to me means sit around and do nothing all day and just wait around and not get fired.
Right.
Listen.
If you understand what the undertone to that is.
The undertone is how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay. So here's the deal. If you feel like you're acting your wage, you're not happy with your wage.
Or
right?
your job.
You're not happy with your wage or your job because I'm only going to act of how they're going to pay me.
And it has nothing to do with your wage because you knew what your wage was when you stepped in that role. I mean, honestly, everyone's relating it to a job, but they're the same people that aren't going to relate it to their financial situation, their personal life.
Exactly. So then now you want to say, I know my worth. I know this, I know that. But guess what? Guess what your worth is? Guess what? Just like real estate, you know what your worth is what people are willing to pay for it.
Exactly.
And if they're paying you what they're paying you, then obviously you're acting your wage. So
yeah, and you really don't want to jump on that bandwagon because honestly, if you know your worth and your value, you are going to figure out what most people are doing and go in the opposite direction, right? With all this trend and I don't know, trash.
No.
I don't know. I just have a lot of personal opinions about that.
My personal opinion is somebody's paying you to do a job, right? Mm-hmm. So you do the job to the best of your ability for what they're paying you.
Right.
If you don't like what they're paying you, don't like the job, go get another job.
Right. Because did you come in knowing what your job responsibility was? Did you come in knowing what your wages were already?
So now you want to act your wage, right? What you feel like is beneath you of what you've been doing before. And then guess what happens? You always stay your wage.
Yeah.
Because when do you decide to turn off the I'm acting my wage? When you get your next job? Right. But you're not, how are you going to get the next job?
Right.
If you're not fulfilling what you're doing the first. So I'm going to tell you a story real quick. There's a guy, right? There's these guys where I used to work and they used to come in every day and their number one job, what they would try to do every day was to not do any work. And they would do everything they could in their power to just do enough to just not get fired, to just not break the rules.
Never taking on more.
But no, I'm talking about like going out of their way. Perfect example, if there was a package, if there was a package is over 70 pounds, you need help with it. If it was 70.2 pounds, this dude was picking up the phone going, yo, man, I ain't picking this package over here, man.
Yeah.
And I'd have to drive all the way out there to help him pick up the package that's 0.2 pounds over. So then what I did was, here's the thing, act your wage people. What I do is when the act your wage person comes in and is just going to do their job, I'm just going to follow you around and I'm going to find you doing 10 things you're not supposed to do and I'm going to fire you in a minute. Employers think like that. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah, because I mean, there is such a big difference with, I have noticed the trend where I will see people seeing things on social media and thinking that it automatically applies to them. But you honestly have to understand that the people that are trending and going viral for these things, like quote unquote, act your age, 5 years ago was quiet quitting. What was it before that? Like it's just a new little catchy phrase, but it's all the same thing. And all these people from decades and decades and decades really haven't proven the theory. Is that what you would say?
Yeah, they haven't proven the theory. So, I mean, I get it, man. People are tired of being underpaid and they're feeling like they're overused.
But has that happened decade after decade of people tired of being underpaid? And
it's been happening since the beginning of time.
Right. So
it's always been like that. So
it's not brand new.
It's not brand new. Because here's the thing, right? I was on this one app, TikTok, right? First of all, don't get your job advice from TikTok.
Please don't.
And I'm telling you, here's the job advice I'm giving you is don't get your job advice from TikTok.
And that is gold right there.
That's it. I mean, even though we were saying it, because here's the deal, right?
Or none.
I saw on TikTok how they were saying how things are different now and this generation has it so much different. But I remember in 1997 walking into a trailer to unload a truck and this dude looked at me and was like, yo, bro, you get paid by the hour, not by the package, bro. You need to slow down, man. So this has been going on since the beginning of time.
That mentality has been going on forever. It's just a new phrase. It's catchy. All the young people, they don't know about it because it's their generation that they're coming up with, and they think that it's cool, but trust me, it's not going to get you where you really need to be.
Young people, there are 52-year-old people that still acting their wage since they were 17 years old.
Because they started doing it at 17.
Because they started acting their wage at 17 years old.
Let's talk about that.
And they're still acting their wage.
Yeah.
And it went up because minimum wage went up a couple times since they were 17 years old. So what I'm saying is, it's not this generation. It's not that times are different. It's not that, oh, woe is me. There's this and that. It's like, look, man, you're lazy. And you're lazy. Jeez.
You know, I don't know. Can you tell that we feel some type of way about this?
But there is a time where you may go above and beyond, and you may get walked on by the company.
I mean, that happens. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah,
that does happen.
So here's some signs when it's time to pull back. Number one, when you ask for growth and when you've asked for growth and received no clear answer what's going on, right? You're doing high level work with no path forward. Your extra effort is expected but not appreciated. That's another one. And leadership only notices you when they need something. Right? So if you're doing all these things, then you know, and they're not paying you or compensating or telling you, like I said, if they're not talking about the path forward, then it may be time for you to kind of not quiet quit, not act your wage. Go in there and have a conversation. Have a talk with them. You may end up learning something. You may end up why you're not getting a raise. You may end up what you think you're doing something right. They should be having reviews with you anyway, but you may learn something. They're overworked. So you have to identify that job that does that to you, and you got to either go in there and act respectfully for a raise,
right?
Or you need to go somewhere else. I had the same thing. I was at a job. I did everything I needed to do. I exceeded expectations. I beat every single one of the numbers of my metrics. I got a raise that was just like everybody else's. I wrote the dude a letter.
I remember, you talked about that
I said, hey, man, here's all the things I've done in this job in the past year. And this is what's going to happen. And he gave me like 5 more cents or something like that. But guess what? He wouldn't have given me nothing if I didn't say anything. The next year, I got a great raise. Because he was like, hey, man, I respect the fact that you respectfully came in here and said, hey, here's why you deserve more money.
Right. Yeah. And I do feel like, you know, the strategically, like, growth comes from proving your capacity before you even get that pay catch up or that new title. Don't you think so?
Yeah. You gotta act as it.
You've gotta act like the wage you want. Let's rephrase this. Instead of act your wage, act like the wage you really are trying to be in life.
And that's how you're gonna grow into it, right? Right. But let's talk about on the flip side, on the other side of things, right? So why do employees get into this mindset in the first place?
I mean, they don't feel visible, maybe.
Yep.
They're not getting the recognition. They don't see any benefits, probably.
Yeah, so that's on all these things are management problems.
That's true too. Right?
Because to me, you know, sometimes act your wage is a symptom of poor leadership because you're not giving them much direction. And you're kind of, this is what I'm talking about from the employer's stand of view. Like if they're acting their wage no matter what, and they may be paying them a decent wage, then maybe it's leadership's problem, right? And then sometimes, like I said, I talked in another video, like why, like sometimes they pile on work on people that do good work and they won't hold accountable the people that aren't doing their job. Those people, that breeds this act your wage stuff. So, you know, sometimes it's like something happened to that person for them not to go above and beyond anymore. They might have had a bad boss one time. But what I'm saying is don't carry that around. What we're saying is don't carry that burden around because you're going to miss an opportunity.
Or that it is that they could just have an unrealistic expectation of what they feel like they should be paid for the role that they're supporting in that business. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
It's unrealistic.
Sometimes it's unrealistic,
yeah.
but the way you work becomes a part of your personal brand, right? So how you show up every day. You may not want your current frustration where you are in this job because you have a bad expectation to limit your future responsibility or future growth opportunity. You know what I mean? So don't let a bad job, it could be a bad job. It could be the wrong fit for you.
Could be a wrong fit for you. Exactly. But definitely don't just jump on that bandwagon, please, because it's really not going to get you anywhere in life. This isn't anything new. It's been labeled different things throughout the decades.
Yep.
And the people that were saying this at 17, like Gerard said, are still doing this at 52.
Yeah.
And they haven't gotten anywhere better in their lives.
They haven't gotten anywhere because they were bitter. right? And bitter doesn't get you anywhere.
Or the mentality too.
Bitter, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bitter mentality.
Yeah.
Bitter is, that's not my job.
Yeah.
Bitter is, they don't pay me enough for me to care about this.
Right.
Bitter is, I'm not doing anything extra. All those are, that's bitterness.
And entitlement. I mean, there's a lot of entitlement going around lately that I just feel like, where did that come from?
I mean, it's always been like that.
Has it always been like that?
It always been like that. I'm going to talk about one more person. Listen, times aren't any changes. People aren't any different. The only thing different is there's internet now. It's always been like this. There's always been the person who worked in the job that it could be a 50,000 person company, but the one person that runs that station over there, if I quit tomorrow, this place won't run without me. This place will run without you. This place will run in 10 minutes. If you went to the bathroom, this place would run without you.
Well, that's what they also say with the act your wage, quote unquote, trend that's going on is that, oh, if you died tonight, they'd replace you tomorrow.
If you died tonight, they replace you tomorrow. What makes you think that if you walked out of this job, this place wouldn't keep running without you? They don't need you, man.
Right.
They don't need you.
Or what makes you think that they're going to let you stay in there with that mentality and that entitlement and just not replace you anyway?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because they should. But a lot of times the manager's too lazy to do the documentation, to follow up behind them, to talk to them, or the manager's weak because the manager doesn't want to address them for the 10 things they didn't do. They're just happy they showed up to work. That's what happens a lot of times. So a lot of times, the reason why people break the rules is because management lets them.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Until they decide not to let you break the rules anymore, that's it. So remember that too. Like, and don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. I'm telling you because I worked in the position like this for 23 years, where we would hire, discipline, promote, and fire. And I'm sitting in there, and I sit on several boards across the nation where I'm sitting in there with key leaders of the organization, and everybody says, if you put up or shut up, or do you need what you need to do, they're going to hire the best person.
And it's across all professions.
All professions, all industries, healthcare, distribution, airlines. It's all the same. This is what people are saying about you. So when you come in and you do this halfway job, that's only going to get you halfway pay.
Yeah, or halfway advancement. Or
halfway
anything
advancement,
like
or halfway out the door.
Yeah, so maybe, we can change the trend from instead of acting your wage to act according to your strategy. What's your strategy to step up or get promoted or get out of that space that you feel like you're stuck in where you have to, quote unquote, act your wage?
Yeah, so look, do your job, right? And do your job, get paid what you get paid, because that's what they paid you when you signed up. And don't act your wage, because if you act your wage, you're going to stay your wage.
And you'll never move up.
Never move up.
That's a guarantee.
Yep.
I'll go on facts saying that. I'll put my hand on the Bible.